Hey YouTube, this is a quick update on the Puch Maxi. When I bought this bike, I never really knew that I would be doing a full-blown restoration on it. I kind of am. I'm taking care of some things that I should have taken care of before I rode it last summer. Now again, this bike's been sitting for at least 20 years. And one of the things that I overlooked, let me turn off my space heater here, it's pretty cold in this basement. One of the things I initially overlooked was the wheel bearings. These are not cartridges, these are old school style wheel bearings. There's 11 bearings on each side. I just re-greased them. The original grease was all brown and very, very viscous, much more thick than the new stuff I had. I went to go put the front wheel back together, and this is the axle right here. You'll definitely not be able to tell this on camera, but this axle has a very slight bend to it. It's curved down, and it was just enough to the wheel really wasn't turning as freely as I would have liked, and I didn't want to sacrifice any kind of performance right there. Thankfully though, axles for this 30-year-old Austrian moped are still in production. Got a replacement off of Treatland. The brand is Olympia, made in Italy. You get nice, shiny, brand new front axle. It's going to stand out so well in front of the bike. But the axle itself was $11, and I purchased one that came with all the hardware. It's nice. Some of the old stuff is a little rusty, and all new hardware will go on very easily. I don't think I'll need quite all this. We'll see. Because this was a general axle that happened to be the exact same size and thread as that one right there. And again, go to the internet. The old school repair manuals are on there. And on here, we have an exploded view here. Put this wheel back together, and then in a moment, make a little video demonstrating how to repack wheel bearings. And I just put most of the axle hardware on here. The axle's through. The bearings have been totally repacked and greased. I just got to put the speedometer and some other stuff on here and tighten everything up. I have the brakes right there. I'm sorry about this poor light, guys. It's going to be warm enough soon where I can go back and work in my garage again, but it's absolutely freezing up there. So I'm in my basement for now. Also, I have a brand new piston on here. Okay. Actually, I also have the old piston we can take a look at. It takes a moment to get it out. So, if you remember, let me set that on the camera here for a second. If you remember from my last video, I thought the piston looked in really good shape, and for the most part it does. If not for one glaring fact, this piston could be used again, but we have a point, let me find it here. Yeah, on this side right there, the rings have fused to the piston. So like on this side, the side I was looking at initially is totally cool. These rings have plenty of spring in them, and they still seem really good. Totally fused on this side. So I could have worked at it. Yeah, I could have, gotten the rings out and done what I could to adjust the piston, but a new piston is 20 bucks, so I just said forget it. Took the piston off, and this one came in this nice new Step 2 box. And right here I have it connected. I didn't make a video of this because I don't like making videos of stuff I really don't know how to do. And I really did not know how to do that, so I had a friend come over and help me out. It's real simple, actually. There is a couple different pieces here. You get the rings in, I think it's called a wrist pin, and then these little clips here. And all it is, like if this was my crank arm, and I was going to attach it, this is a great opportunity to use the tripod. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, I finally got a tripod. Alright, well, your crank is going to sit here like this, and basically all this piston is, whether you're putting on or taking one off, and I don't want to demonstrate this on my one that's currently on there because I really don't want to mess anything up, is you have these wrist pins. All you do is you take some needle nose pliers, bend them inward a little bit, get that in there, like so. This wrist pin, find anything of similar size. You could use, I used a socket extender that happened to be almost exactly this diameter. Beat that through. So you have this up in here like this, beat it through, just take the wrist pin, snaps into place, put your rings on, bada boom bada bing, and you have your new piston. Totally attached and ready to go. So this is pretty exciting. All I have to do now is I'm going to run probably oven cleaner, and I'm going to clean the top end right there, slide that back on top, and oh yeah, I am going to probably put 2-stroke oil all over the piston before I do that, just to make sure. Really don't want to screw this up. These rings have a special place they have to be. Let me see if I can get it on the camera here. Take off the tripod. They have to be in this one special place right there. Like, see where that gap is? There's that tiny hole. We're not going to zoom. But they have to be right there when they slide the top over to make sure they can work properly and lubricate the piston just right. So once all that's back together, put it back on the bike. She should fire right up, man. I'm sure I'll have to take a look at the electrical system because something was messed up this summer when I was riding it around. But this bike's really coming together. Then I can get into the custom stuff. That's going to be real exciting. I'm going to do what they call a seat chop, where this seat's not really adjustable and it sits up pretty high. Like you're sitting up there and the handlebars are below you, you know. What I'm going to do is chop the seat so the seat is right at the top of the blue right there. And then probably put a banana seat on. So that way I can go, you know, ride around with some lady friends or something. We'll see. But yeah, she is coming together, and it's real exciting actually. Probably next week I'm going to put on the new speedometer, finish the motor, and definitely do the rear wheel bearing. I'm running out of time tonight though, or else I would. Alright YouTube, well, thanks for your comments. I really appreciate them. Subscribe if you like. I plan on making more videos like this. Have a good one.